Don't forget to check out and grab your copy of our 2 newly released books, Football: A Love Story and What Did Football Teach Me? These books feature over 100 stories from current and former coaches, players, executives, and entertainers from across the football landscape, describing what got them involved in the game, what they love about it, and what life lessons the game taught them. You can find your copy or order your copy from our website at footballgameplan.com/books.
Welcome to Football Game Plans Talking with TD. I'm your host, Teron Davenport.
Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I am Teron Davenport, and we are going to continue to Talking with TD draft series. Georgia, outside linebacker, defensive end, Jordan Jenkins. Jordan, how's it going, man?
Going pretty good. Sure.
Yeah, I'm glad you are able to, take some time to talk some shop with us. Obviously, we've talked a few times before, and I like your game. So let's just look at the measurables real quick. 34-inch arms, your vertical 38. You're in the 4.7 range, and in the 40, 6'3", 259. The thing that I look at when I watch your game is the strength side of things, though, and getting back to those long arms. How does that help you as far as being able to, come off the edge and pass rushing situations, and also just set the edge against the run?
I mean, I feel like it most definitely helps. I mean, it makes it easier for me to strike the opposing lineman before they get a chance to touch me. I mean, me being undersized or smaller than a lot of the linemen, I mean, it definitely helps me a lot. I mean, it helps me in the leverage battle too.
Yeah, definitely the leverage battle. I could see that a lot. And just when watching you, I see a lot of power in your hands as well. I mean, where does that power come from?
I mean, I actually focus on my power, the stuff I used to do growing up. Real big on working on my legs, movement, and power clean 400 coming out of high school. That's stuff I'm always wanted to keep working at to make it so when I come out my stance, come out my hips, I'm that much more powerful. Because my upper body is actually a lot more weaker than my lower body. I only bench about 330, but I squat around 600 and clean around 400. So I mean, that's where all that comes from.
Yeah, it almost seems like when watching you just had that like country strength, man.
Yeah, that's the kind of strength.
Country strong, setting that edge. And that's the thing, man. It seems like it's something that comes natural for you as far as being able to set the edge. And another thing that really stands out is the high motor. You're relentless, and in watching you play, you get a lot of high-effort sacks. What is it that brings that about? I mean, before you play and in practice and everything, what motivates you? Where does that high effort come from?
The effort people always down in me, saying I guess not the best, or I'm not as good as I'm supposed to be or something. I just like research, see what people are saying, and finding some people trash talking, and use that to sort of motivate myself. And of course, listening to some of the heavy metal stuff I do before a game or practice definitely gets you ready to go for that game.
Yeah, for sure. That music always has an influence. When you're in games, I mean, there's times where you rush the passer or set the edge with your hands in the dirt. There's also times when you're standing up and playing outside linebacker. I wanted you to expand a little bit on the difference between the two of those approaches.
Oh, yeah, most definitely, yeah. A lot of times in this past season, when I was in three-point stance, you're a lot closer to the offensive tackle than you are when you're in two-point stance. Things happen so much quicker and a lot faster in that three-point stance. So you have to be ready to come with a lot of strength, and you build that with the stance. I mean, you really just have to be ready for a battle as soon as that ball snaps, almost instinctively attack before the ball snaps. I mean, you just have to be ready. And when you're in the 2-point, things sort of happen a little bit slower. You sort of get a little bit more behind you, get that a little bit wider out, get the extra step. And I mean, you can also, I guess it also helps you a little bit in the pass rush game. And I mean, you have more space to work with when you're in that stand-up position.
So coming out of high school, you were a 4-star recruit, defensive end. Is there a preference? I mean, are you more comfortable playing with your hand in the dirt or standing up and being an outside player?
Oh no, I've got no preference. I mean, playing under the coach I've coached under, I got to get a lot of work at the 2-point stands and in the 3-point stand. So, I mean, I'm ready for whatever.
There you go. You know, it's been a pretty long process for you too. I mean, you've been involved with you were at the Senior Bowl, you had your combine, the pro day, and then the workouts and everything after that. Can you kind of take us through just the whole process and how you've been able to endure throughout the whole grind that it takes?
Yeah, I mean, it was a crazy process. I mean, literally 2 days after I just finished playing against Penn State in the Tax Slayer Bowl, I mean, I headed out to Arizona to Fisher Institute, and I mean, we started working out 2 days after that, just getting into the grind of things there, working with Brett Fisher. I mean, he's great about his craft, loves working with guys, loves fighting, he just loves family time. Get along well. Always just want to work, feed off each other's energy. And I mean, worked out there for 2 months, and went to the Senior Bowl, went down there, and came back to Brett Fisher, worked with him again. I mean, it was just a long, fun process. Just you never know where you're going to go next. And I mean, you're just waiting on the phone call.
Yeah, it's so interesting because I know when I played, now I wasn't at the level to where I got invited to the combine or anything like that, but just in being an athlete, you get so used to just things just scheduled for you. You know what I mean? Like you have to follow a routine. So that's really interesting that you brought that up. Going back to the Senior Bowl, I know that was a place where you stood out, and some of the things that came out, you know, was just your ability to rush the passer off the edge, your strength. It was actually pretty impressive in your drops too. You know, you were able to drop back into coverage, so that was shown. What was some of the feedback that you got back from the scouts and the personnel folks at the Senior Bowl?
I got that for you. A couple of coaches said that they loved how physical I played.
Mm-hmm.
They loved how I set the edge on some of the tight ends, and they liked how smooth and how natural it looked in my drops, and whether it was in the curl, or whether it was in the flat. I mean, they were impressed with the fluidity of it, and just how quick that first step off the ball I get, and I guess just the strength that I bring. They said I'm like a big guy, or like I'm like a average size guy, but I just have a lot of strength for my size.
So would you say your premier move is the bull rush, or would it be, you know, because you kind of, when watching you give them like a little stutter step, and then you're able to swim, and you can cut inside to get to the quarterback. What would you say is your primary pass rushing move?
At the college level, I always try to do sort of a little stutter step club and get around the corner with either swim or rip. But I feel like at the next level, it's going to be the long arm and then working other moves off of that is what I feel like my game's going to model into.
That's interesting because it definitely, what you said, showed on film. So when we just look at your game overall, I mean, how would you say you're able to impact the game for a team at the next level? I mean, what do you bring to the table? What would you say is your strong suit?
I feel like my strong suit is my effort, hands down, my high knowledge of the game, and also just the strength I bring and the edge setting ability I got. Because I love hitting somebody's face on, love playing against the run, and I mean that's when I think of football, I think of really just getting after somebody, going against the powers, hitting the fullbacks coming, hitting the pulling guard, and then just making the tackle back, either slamming somebody or just plowing through somebody.
Now, at Georgia, your major was risk management, correct?
Yeah, risk management, insurance.
So let's apply your major to this scouting process, you know, this draft process. How are you able to manage the risk? Because you're considered a day one, early day two prospect. How can you manage the risk for a team that's going to take you, early in this draft process?
I mean, I feel like I'm the type of guy that you're not going to have to worry about. I don't have any off-field issues. I'm not the type of guy that just go blow money or just throw stuff away and just to not appreciate the opportunity that you've got. I mean, I feel like I'm one of the guys that they're not going to have to worry about. I'm just a different type guy.
Gotcha. So if you had to say a particular player in the league, let's say somebody wanted to get an idea of how you play. And they said, okay, well, tell me what player in the league would show me the type of game that you have. Is there a particular player?
Oh, shoot, man, I can't even make that comparison. I just try to take bits and pieces from everybody and move on.
There you have it. Okay, I could reason with that. So we are pretty much at the end of the process. I mean, as far as the draft's concerned, looking back on it, what's your take? How do you feel you've acquitted yourself as a prospect? I mean, it's less than a week away.
Yeah, it's crazy, but I feel like I've shown that I'm just not an average linebacker. I'm not just a guy. I feel like I've shown that I have the athleticism. I feel like I've shown that I've got the measurable strength to succeed at the next level, whether it be every down back, third down back, or whatever type of role I have to fit. I feel like I've shown teams that I want to fight for and that I can handle the load on and off the field as well.
There you have it. Georgia linebacker, defensive end, Jordan Jenkins. Jordan, if you have social media, go ahead and let them know where they could check out what you're doing and keep up with you as you move forward to the NFL.
Yeah, my Twitter is Jordan OLB and Instagram Jordan59 Jenkins.
There you have it. Jordan, thanks a lot, man. Definitely been fun keeping up with what you're doing, and I wish you the best at the next level.
That wraps up this edition of Talking with TD. Be sure to check out all of my interview segments at footballgameplan.com/talkingwithtd. If you have any questions or people you want me to sit down with, hit me up on Twitter at @TDavenport_NFL.